Richard Stern is vice president of the Plymouth Institute for Free Enterprise, and Julia Cartwright is an economist at the American Institute for Economic Research. Julia, let's start with you. Do you also see this decision as a good one, like the president does?
So OPEC stands for the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. And as you mentioned, it's an oil cartel that colludes to restrict the supply of oil and therefore keep prices higher. So the UAE's exit away from OPEC will likely result in somewhat lower oil prices if they decide to produce more oil than the previous OPEC quotas, which is going to be a big relief to the Trump administration. Now, the UAE only produced about 10% of the oil, whereas Saudi Arabia produces about 30%. So it has an impact, but it's not the biggest player in OPEC.
Well, it certainly would like to be a bigger player in OPEC. And Richard, that has been a point of contention between the Saudis and the UAE, because the UAE had requested to OPEC, can you let it? We want to produce more. Let us. And they said no. They shut it down. What do you think's behind this move, though? And will it, if the president's correct, will it bring down prices?
No, I definitely think it'll bring down prices. And, I think what we're seeing here is a new regional power shift. Look, if you came here 20, 25 years ago, it was Saudi Arabia and Iran that ran everything in the Middle East. And now we've got the Abraham Accords, you've got the UAE, you've got the other Gulf states rising. What you're really seeing here is the beginning, frankly, of true American dominance in oil in the Middle East, but not militarily, not violently, but through making alliances, through strengthening our partnerships and building an economic zone that can last and bring prosperity. You've got, ships lining up to get American oil into the market, and now you've got the UAE and other countries flocking to join us.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Sorry we have such a short amount of time, but this is something we'll be focusing on a lot in the future, I think. Richard Stern and Julia Cartwright, we appreciate your time.